How you doing? Got a cut on my finger, I'm bleeding everywhere. Right, we got this in. This is from the singer in the band I'm in. He normally plays acoustic guitar, but he wants to start playing the electric on some of the songs. It's a 1992 Korean Squier. Sorry about the shakiness and all that and the focus, but yeah, it's an M series 1992 Squier. That's the machine heads, cheap machine heads, and they could do with replacing really. And because I think as an acoustic guy, he don't like the way it's set up to be an electric, so we've got some bigger strings to put on. We've got some these are like a hybrid. This has got a 1/3 on 11 to 49, so it's going to be a lot more accustomed to what he's used to playing. He don't need it to play licks on and lead. It just needs it to play the chords and be able to play bar chords without having to press really hard. So yeah, there's also an issue with the electrics when you plug it in. There's an earthing problem, I think, so I've got to have the scratch plate off, or the pick guard as you call it. There's something going on with the electrics anyway. It didn't used to be like that. But yeah, this has all got to come apart. These strings are off. Clean the neck up, sort the electrics out. So, see you in a minute. Bonjour. I think I found what the problem is. I'm just going to mess around with some of the electrics and get to the bottom of this. It shouldn't make the noises that it is making. I'll let you know when I've finished if I've located the problem. I think I do.
Hello, bonjour. I've got my guitar glasses on today, so I can get in deep. I was just going to fill my lighter up. Oh shit, I've spilt it all over his guitar. Never mind, eh? Just let me, one sec. I forgot to mute the TV. So yeah, I'm using some liquid lighter fluid just to clean all the gunk off these frets. If you've never used it before, don't worry, it doesn't do any harm to the wood. It evaporates really quick already. It's getting a load of shit off. Really, you should wash your hands if you've got dirty fingers before you start playing a guitar. You should wash your hands because it shows up. What this does, it cleans everything off and then evaporates really quickly. And then we do something else. I've normally kept how I do fretboards secret because I don't want there to be a big war in my comment section about, oh, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't use this, and I can't believe you're using that stuff. So I always kept it out of the limelight what I use, because to some people it would be quite controversial. But I'm going to show you. So this is all the shit already off this fingerboard that wouldn't come off with lemon oil, or lemon oil will just add to it. So you've got to get all the shit off before you put lemon oil on. I use lemon oil next. This is a freebie, so I'm not spending too much time. but I don't want to get all the shit off. Like I say, this is a 1992 Squier Strat. It's one of the fabled M series ones. It's a real fender neck on this. You can tell just by the way it's lacquered and stuff, and the work that's gone into building this neck in the first place. It ain't from the Squier factory. This is a real fender neck that's been badged as Squier. I think we're about there. See, he ain't played it up here at all. So all the shit only goes up to like the 10th fret and that. There's a bit more on there. Yeah, so don't worry about using lighter fluid. Just remember not to use naked flames. Buy it, give it some time to gas off before you have a fag. So that's it for that. Don't use more than you need to. Just going to give it a quick brush off to get any paper off that's left in there. Right, for the next bit, losing my trousers. Right, for the next bit I use a bit of lemon oil. Just regular lemon oil that you can buy. What sort's this? This is Planet Wave stuff, dear Dario. But lemon oil's all the same, you know. This is just to rejuvenate the wood, put a bit of stuff back in it. Some people soak it and let it, like they'll get loads on and leave it to soak in. I don't do that. I just put a tiny bit on, rub it all in, and Bob's your uncle. So that I ain't putting no more on after the initial application. I'm just getting that in there and wiping the excess off. I can hear that the truss rod's loose in here. Can you hear that? You know, especially up here. Truss rod's loose. That's without even touching it. I can tell that. Because I'm psychic. So that's it for lemon oil. Now some people say, oh, don't use lemon oil. And then other people say, don't use lighter fluid. And then a lot of people say, don't use linseed oil. But I do. I do use linseed oil. But the amount that I use is tiny. Now look, I've had this bottle for 3 years, and in them 3 years, if you average it out how many guitars this bottle's done, say 1 a week. Sometimes I do 6 guitars a week, remember. Other weeks I don't do 1. So if you average it out at 1 a week for the last 3 years, this has done well over 150 guitars, just that little bit gone out there. So you don't soak it on or anything. You don't let it get in there. And this is I use this as a sealer. So it's been cleaned. It's got lemon oil to rejuvenate the fretboard, the fingerboard, just to get in there and give it some moisture back that it may have lost. And then I use this to seal it. Now literally, I'll show you exactly how much I use. That's it. That's all I use on the fretboard. That's why this has lasted over 3 years. As you can see, it's there, that's it. And what I do, I rub it into each fret, long ways, just to get it on there, and then go back the other way. Right, that's already done the whole fretboard, so no more than that. And I wouldn't do this every time you change your strings, but I'd do it quarterly. As the seasons change, set your guitar up and do this. Now this acts as a sealant on the top. So the lemon oil that we've just put in, that's gone into the grain of the wood. That's nourished it. And then this over the top is a quick sealant to keep that shit in there. There's no linseed oil soaking into the neck, it's made a film over the top of it. That's it. Job done. That's what I use on a fingerboard. I use 3 parts: naphtha or lighter fluid, lemon oil, very controversial, and even more controversial the linseed oil. So that's done. I've had to adjust, let me see if I can turn you around a bit here. I've had to adjust the nut a little bit because these are thicker strings. So I've had to adjust the E and the A to accommodate these new thicker strings. The rest are fine. I've sorted the electrics out. Let's get you back up here. Sorted the electrics out now. There's my bed, look, that's where I live. And this is my guitar a bit. So, and these are my guitar glasses. Let me change them. Watch that. See, it's me. But yeah, that's the fretboard done. In a minute I'm going to restring it and shag it. Bake tater. Hello. Just pretty much done the setup now. Just got to alter the pickup heights in a bit, but this has got 11s to thick, 11 to thick on these. And it did have 9s on. $19.92. It's good for you. Yeah, so it's going good. Got rid of all that buzzing and that from the dodgy wiring. It's got had the fretboard cleaned and conditioned. All done. That's as much as what it's having. New strings are on to tension. They're intonated. The string height's cool. I ain't going to take it any higher than that. Remember, he wanted it quite an acoustic-y setting. So this is low enough at the front and not too high. In the middle, he'll be able to do his bar chords here. Better than I can. how to get all his bar chords and that without it feeling too flimsy. He's been playing an acoustic guitar as a busker for 30 years. So when he brought this guitar, obviously it's a lot different to what he's used to, but it's had quite a personal setup now to him. So it'll be good in his hands, I think. Can't wait to hear him on it. In fact, I'll video it when I take it back up to him and see what he can do. But it's all sounding good. Bike Taylor. Good evening. Bonsoir. Yeah, forgot what I was doing then. So, our singer's red strat's all done. Oh, it's switched on. Yeah, it's all done. Let's have a look at it. So the bridge is all sorted. Different intonation and action. Sorted the electrics out. I've had to put another spring in the back because now it's got thicker strings on. 3 weren't cutting it, and I don't want to wind that in all the way. It's putting a lot of stress on this old die cast block, and there's already a bit chipped out of it there, so I don't want to put too much strain on that block. Just enough to keep the strings where they're supposed to be. Mark's Naughty Guitars. So yeah, it's all sorted now. Looks like it is a really good neck on this. The piece of rosewood, I ain't going to be able to do it justice. Let me try and refocus. The piece of rosewood that's on here is just beautiful. But it plays really nice now. I've just got to lift the front pickup a little bit. So yeah, it plays very nice. In these Strats, what they did with the M series, they had a really good neck in the body. Instead of making it out of real wood, as they was doing in Japan and stuff, they started making the bodies out of ply. This is a plywood body. The electrics leave a lot to be desired too, although they work, you know, they're great. I think the volume works. Bit of crackling there. Bit of crackling on that one. Bit of pork and crackling. I should have checked that really. Whoever used the rear tone, it's alright anyway, it works. Let me get a plucker. That's enough of that. You've heard me play guitar before, ain't you?
switch my little lamp off, the Roland Cube light. But yeah, beautiful. I'm going to take this back to him in a bit. I keep looking over there and not at the camera. I'm going to take this back to him in a bit and I'll see if I can get him to play you a little ditty. He might even sing for you. He's quite a good singer. Well, when I say quite good, I mean he's good. He's good, very raw, very powerful. He might give you a ditty when I take this back up to him in a minute, in a bit. I sorted the truss rod out. When the string tension was on, the truss rod was still loose, so it wasn't doing anything. So I've just nipped that up. Plays great now. All I've got to do now is put the back cover back on. Like I say, I've put another spring in there because the springs weren't doing the business. In fact, shall I do that now for you? Would you like to see me do that? Would you? No? What are you going to? This is where I drop all the screws. This is how you put a fender backplate back on. Well, a Squier. Six screws. The top middle is offset to the bottom middle. You have to be careful about tightening these two tight because it'll just crack the plastic. That one don't seem to want to go in there properly. So let's be careful. As soon as I feel the driver nip up, I'll turn it back the other way just to take the torque out of it and to stop it. Some of them, the threads are gone in anyway. I ain't got my guitar glasses on, sorry if I appear shaky, I can't see that close with these, but that's all back on. Job done. I ain't even going to polish it. He can do that. I ain't playing it. Machine heads have all been tightened up, truss rods adjusted, intonation, action. I've just got to do the pickup height on the front one just to make the audio output from the pickups all the same. So if it's in that position, the audio, like the decibels that it's kicking out, is the same as that and the same as that. So they're not unbalanced. So that one's really weak, and then you turn it onto that one, and it's normal. They have to be a balanced output. In fact, what I'll do quickly while we're here, I'm going to adjust that. Wrong box. So what I'm going to do, you ain't going to be able to see this very well. Yeah, I'm just going to lift this up until it's matching the height, and then I'm going to try it for output. That's looking good there. Just check it on the back side. So we'll look down here. I think that's about it. One way of checking is fret it at the last fret and then check the height of the string. But that looks about it. Let's plug it in again. Could do with a new output jack as well, there's not much. So this one should be the same as that one. so one's not louder than the other. Just different tones. That's perfect. That's done. Jobbo dunno. So, John, this will be coming back to you in a bit. I'm going to get my shit sorted out and I'll text you. Bye, tater.